everybody, and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ. I'm DJ Infantry, back at it again. Welcome to this episode of Tips, Tricks, and Techniques. In this episode, we're going to do a viewer request today. It's all about syncing audio to video. Now, many of us YouTubers, we want to get better and want to improve our game in the YouTube industry, and one of the ways of doing that is by including a voice recorder to your arsenal of equipment that you use. And I know what you're saying, Infantry. Oh, I already carry a big camera and I carry a GoPro and this and that. But listen, in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to sync your audio to your video the old school way and with new school technology, so that hopefully you'll be able to edit and improve your video game. Now, let me remind you that this video is sponsored by Lady B with the National Motor Club. You hear me talk about it in every video, guys. If you're not driving with the longest running privately owned motor club in the nation, well, you're doing something wrong. We use it, we stand by it, and you should too. Check out Lady B today. All of our information is in the description below, as is all of our sponsors. Don't forget about Real Time Bait, the family-owned and operated business that is taking over the bait industry by storm. Get your 100% customizable soft plastics, and we got some new stuff coming down the pipeline. Frogs, crankbaits, jerkbaits, jigs, and so much more. Also, Sarge Creations, banners, decals, stickers, graphics, t-shirts, and so much more. Email us today at sargecreations@gmail.com. And we can't forget Silver Connections Group, full digital media marketing. Check them out today. All of my sponsors' information is in the description below. Well, let's get into today's tips, tricks, and techniques. Again, we're talking about improving our YouTube game by using a voice recorder, something very simple. Now, on Infantry Outdoors, we have been using a voice recorder for a long time, because no matter what camera you're using, you'll be able to have clean audio. Whether it's a cell phone, whether it's a big camera, or even a GoPro, it will definitely step up your audio game. On our show, we use a Sony voice recorder, as seen here, and one of the nice features with this voice recorder is it does have a USB automatically built into it. So all I have to do is plug my voice recorder in, dump my audio from the day to my computer, and just start editing. One of the great things about it. Another key thing that I like about it is I have it paired with the Sony microphone. Now, this is a stereo microphone, and as you guys will see in the picture, the pickups for the microphones are located on the sides of it, not in the front. So when I put it on my shirt acts as a windscreen, and the microphones are to the left and to the right, not pushed up against me. You can see the microphone here. I have it on my shirt. I have it on the insides. The audio is picked up from the left and the right of this microphone. Now, when I tuck it in my shirt, well, guess what? That's a perfect windscreen. Works great. So, having the perfect pair of equipment works. Now, Zoom does offer a recorder as well. I'm not knocking any name brands. We just use the Sony brand here on the show. Now, the microphone and recorder are linked in the description below. And remember, buying through our Amazon links helps out the program. So if this video helps you in any way, help us out by shopping using our Amazon links. All of the editing software, all of the recorders, cameras, rods, reels, lines that we use in all of our programs are always linked below. All you have to do is click on the link. You don't even have to buy the product. Just shop Amazon at that point, and we'll get a small kickback from Amazon for referring you to the service. So guys, we've got our recorder, we've got our microphone. Now, setting up our recorder is another important step. Going into the Sony recorder, it gives you different scenes to select. I prefer to use an interview type scene. This gives you a microphone range more than just you. If you have someone next to you, if you want to pick up birds around you, some atmospheric noise, that is what I have mine set to at all times. I really haven't found an issue with it. There are other settings for music, there's settings for conferences, there's settings for arenas, but I feel that the interview section has always worked out best for me. It's given me the clarity I need in plenty of different situations. Now, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns while watching this video, write to us at infantryoutdoors@yahoo.com. As I said, today is a fan favorite video, a viewer requested video, if you will. This is a highly requested video here on the channel, and I'm happy to bring it to you guys. So today we're going to be talking about how to sync your audio to your video to get that good crisp sound, whether you're facing the camera, you're turned away from the camera, you're 10 feet from the camera, or 2 inches from the camera. That audio is always going to be crisp and clear. So let's dive right into the editing software, get our files up, and take a look at the old school and new school way of syncing your audio and video for better sound. Stay tuned. Okay everybody, here we are with our 2 files that we're going to want to sync up. This one being our video file, this one being our audio recorder file. So I'm going to take, what I always do is take this and put this on the first line, which is our audio video, and then I take our audio separately and put it on this line. Now you can see the waveforms here of where the audio actually starts and where you're actually talking. This is all noise. Same thing with here. So that's how, in this first method, I'm going to show you how to sync your audio and video without a digital auto sync. It can be very tricky, it can be a pain in the butt, but this is part of the course. So what we do is we're going to spread this out a little bit so that we can see our waveform a little bit better, and we're going to look for where our first, this is flatline, this is flatline, this is flatline, it starts to increase, and then right about here, spinnerbait video. See, there's audio, spinnerbait video, and as you see up here, there's the actual video of what we're saying and doing. Alright, spinnerbait video. So we're going to use the spinnerbait video as a point of our starting point. Alright. Which is right here, right about here, close enough. You don't have to be perfect on this, because we are going to trim it up. So then we're going to go Control T. Let me redo that so you guys can see that. I'm going to put the line where I want to cut it. I'm going to press Control T on my keyboard, and it's going to tear it. We're going to discard, click on this, push delete, trim, and leave gap. Okay? Now, that first one is done, so we can move him all the way back over to the beginning. Now let's go to our audio file, which is down here. And we're going to do the same process. We're going to scroll over. Here's our piece.
You're an advanced spinnerbait professional.
Spinnerbait video is our keyword for this. So we're going to start right here. Same thing, highlight it. Control tear. Click. Delete. We can now move this one over. Now when we go back home, we should be somewhere in the ballpark of close.
Spinnerbait video in 3, 2, 1.
And that's true because you don't hear a huge echo, but we do have a slight echo in what we're doing. Now keep in mind, you do not have to get this dead balls on, because at the end of the day, as long as your mouth is moving, synchronized with your audio, then you're pretty much okay. Now you can see here, here's the beginning of the waveform, and here's the beginning of the waveform. So if we put a line right on that waveform, we're off by maybe just a tiniest of a bit. So we're going to grab here, we're going to move a tiniest of a bit, and we're going to try that.
Spinnerbait video.
Still there. Go back. Take the tiniest little bit. Backspace.
Spinnerbait video in 3.
Now you see we caused a larger echo in the audio, so we're going to take back one of the pieces and put it back. Go back home again.
Spinnerbait video in 3.
Okay, because what we're trying to do is get that to match that. So we actually want to put this piece back.
Spinnerbait video.
Okay, we're getting closer. So now this one, we're going to want to trim a little bit. And this is what you do, is you just trim a tiny bit until you get it to
spinnerbait video in 3, 2, 1.
And there's your match. So by using these waveforms here, let's come down a little bit so we can see both of them. By looking at these waveforms here and here, I'm able to match up my video the old method way. Okay, this is how we used to do it before auto sync. So you're using the audio to match your video. Now, once you have this, obviously our voice recorder is the audio that we want to use. So we're going to right click on our video. We're going to go to mute clip. And now when we play this, you'll see.
Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ. I'm DJ Infantry, back out in the beautiful wilderness.
There you go. Sunk easily. I mean, not easily. It's not the easiest thing to do, guys. It is challenging, especially if you have multiple cameras and you're doing multiple sync. It gets to be a headache. That's why I recommend, if you're getting to the point of here in your life where you're syncing an audio clip to a video clip like we're doing here and here, it's at that now it's time to upgrade your software to where you get this feature over here that I'm going to show you in just a moment. So stay tuned. We're going to go over this again, but next we're going to discuss how to use the auto sync feature in PowerDirector Ultra 16. Stay tuned. Okay, so now I've shown you how to do it the long way, the hard way, the old school way of syncing audio in your video to an audio on your voice recorder. Well, if you've gotten to this point, you need to upgrade your software, okay? You're going to want to progress. You're going to want to do more. I'm not trying to sell you a program or software, but this is just how it ends up becoming. And this is what caused me to upgrade my software to PowerDirector 16 Ultra. So here's the easy way of doing it. Same procedure as we did in the steps before. We're going to put our video on our top line and our voice recorder on our second line. Now we're going to click off so that both files are gray. Click a different area. Click, hold, and highlight both of these tracks. When you let go, there's a feature right here. Sync by audio. Now, I highly recommend doing this in small clips. So edit what you want to drop first, then click the sync button. If you attempt to do all of your files at one time, it will take forever and it may possibly crash your computer. So doing this in smaller scale is always better, okay? So get your clips together. And a lot of times what I do is, in my entire day of recording, this track right here, the audio, will be my baseline for the entire day. So I will lay this track first, and then I will build all of my tracks of what I actually want to use on top of the audio. This way, this is constantly running through the entire day. These are clips that are going to basically drop on top of that as the day goes along. So sync by audio is great, but do it in smaller clips. So it's already sunk this for us. So let's click right here and you'll hear the background noise. The video is going to come in and we'll see how close it got us to being sunk.
Alright, spinnerbait video in 3, 2, 1.
And there you go. The audio is already sunk for you. It's done. Couldn't have gotten easier. So now all you need to do is right click on this file here, which is our video file, go to mute clip, click on that, and now
hello everybody and welcome to this
audio from your voice recorder.
Episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ. I'm DJ Infantry, back out in the beautiful wilderness.
And there you go, guys. It really is that simple once you upgrade your software. So these are two ways of being able to sync your audio to your voice recorder using PowerDirector 16 Ultra. Again, I upgraded the software because of this reason, and being able to just do it at a click of a button versus the old school way that I showed you, which is very, very, very time consuming. So yeah, that's how we do it. It's very simple. And then you would essentially come here, match up this. What I use home keys a lot. I use the hotkeys on the keyboard a lot. Line up this up, then you can click this, do your control tear, get rid of this file, leave a gap, highlight both of these tracks, move it over, and now you have your video. Now in this case, let's say we want to start and edit from where I say, you know, hello everybody, welcome to Infantry Outdoors. We're going to find that part.
Alright, spinnerbait video in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so this is the point I want to start my video. I'm going to highlight both files. I'm going to do a controlled tear, and I'm going to then highlight the two clips, deleting them, and we can even move over all tracks at this point, giving me a nice, crisp, clean starting point with the audio and video sunk together.
Hello everybody and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ. I'm DJ Infantry, back out in the beautiful wilderness.
And there you go, guys. Really very simple. Once you upgrade your software, once you get this feature, it is very easy. Now, I do know some of the other programs offer this feature. I do not know how to access or to use it. If you really do get in a bind or get stuck, you can reach out to us, and we'll be able to help you out if we're able to. But yeah, this is how I use PowerDirector 16 Ultra to edit and sync my voice recorder with my video. So now that you guys have seen the old school and new school way of editing your software and being able to sync that audio to your video, I know you guys are going to make great content, and it's really upgrading your software is a necessity. It's an essential part of the YouTube game, getting better stuff and creating better content. So upgrade to a new software where all you have to do is push of a button and it syncs for you. But remember to edit your stuff in small pieces. Don't put everything in your timeline and click sync by audio. To be honest with you, that can crash your computer. Try doing it in small pieces. Take the time in your post-production to pick what pieces you want to edit. Once you have those pieces, then sync them, and it'll save you a lot of time in the editing room. But why do we do this, Infantry? Why do we use an extra microphone? That's the question. Why don't I just use my microphone that's on my camera? It's been working fine up until here. Well, in this next part, I'm going to show you why. I was at an event, the P1 Aqua X jet ski racing here in Fort Lauderdale. It was the championship round, and you can imagine helicopters, jet skis, drones, people, the beach, wind noise were all a factor in trying to get this interview done with 4 people at the same time. Now, I do have a good Rode mic, I do have a great camera, but the lapel mic ended up being the great audio that I ended up being able to interview 4 people in this segment where I was. So let's take a look in this editing room now, and I'll show you the difference between a camera audio and using this audio on my microphone. Stay tuned. Alright, so showing you how to sync is really good, but knowing why we use a voice recorder and where it really does help is really clutch in these situations, guys. Now, I pulled up this interview I did at the P1 Aqua X jet ski racing on Fort Lauderdale Beach, and you guys can imagine that being on the beach, the wind, the jet skis, the noise and everything. I have a really good Rode mic on my Canon T6i camera, but what I'm going to show you is the difference between a voice recorder and even using a really good shotgun mic. So what we have here is the audio recorder down here, just like in the other one, and the video here. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play you guys the audio from just the video camera with the shotgun mic by itself. We'll play a little bit of it until we get to where they're talking. You guys will see the difference between the audio of the camera and when we go to using the voice recorder's audio. So here's just the camera's audio with the Rode mic attached.
Hey guys, we're here at the races, and what an incredible event this has been. Hitting the Fort Lauderdale beach, and you see we're out here on the beach, in the beach, having fun, sand's blowing everywhere. Marissa is a big reason we're here today, and I'd like to thank you very much for having us here. It's been an awesome experience here for these races to be able to see these jet skis fly by, see the BMW stars. We've got the folks that have set up the VIP. I'm going to have Marissa. Hold on, we're going to wait for the chopper.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there. Right away you can hear that as I turn to talk to Marissa that the audio cuts out. The reason for this is that shotgun mics are designed to pick up monodirectional or unidirectional. Where they're pointed and where they're aimed, they're going to pick up the audio. So any audio to the left, right, top, or bottom of that microphone will be picked up less than the rest of the audio that you're listening to. So as you hear me turn to Marissa, I'm not facing the shotgun mic anymore, and the audio, obviously you can hear it, but it's not as crisp. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. I'm going to turn off the camera's audio, and we're going to turn on the voice recorder audio and play you that same clip, and you're going to see the difference in having a voice recorder attached to myself. Now the voice recorder is attached right here onto my shirt, and everybody here is able to be picked up by this one little voice recorder, but just listen to the difference.
Hey guys, we're here at the races, and what an incredible event this has been, hitting the Fort Lauderdale beach. You just see, we're out here on the beach, in the beach, having fun, sand's blowing everywhere. Marissa is a big reason we're here today, and I'd like to thank you very much for having us here.
My pleasure.
It's been an awesome experience here for these races, to be able to see these jet skis fly by, to see the BMX trick stars. We've got the folks that have set up the VIP. I'm gonna have Marissa, photo bomb. Hold on, we're gonna wait for the chopper.
Okay. And we'll stop it again there. So as you guys can see, even with the helicopter flying over, you were able to hear me with no problem. You were able to hear Marissa. When I turned my head, the audio stayed true. And this, in a group situation, and if you're at a convention, if you guys are at an expo, this is one of the real reasons why it's important to use a voice recorder. So I hope that this shows you guys, this is a perfect example of why being on the beach, helicopters flying by, jet skis in the background, the camera audio is okay, but it doesn't always work. 9 times out of 10, if you have a voice recorder hooked to your lapel, hidden away, it's going to pick up a lot more, especially if you have it set the proper way.
Infantry Outdoors is sponsored in part by RealTimeBait.com. 100% customizable soft plastics made your way. Shop today at RealTimeBait.com. Lady B with the National Motor Club. Drive protected, drive with the Motor Club. Sarge Creations, custom vinyl, decals, banners, and more. And by donations from viewers like you.
Well, everybody, I hope this helps you out. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Tips, Tricks, and Techniques here on Infantry Outdoors. And keep it tuned. We got a lot coming down the pipeline. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and ring the heck out of that bell so that you're notified each and every time that we put out a new video. Now, I showed you how to old school edit. I showed you how to new school edit. I showed you why, in my opinion, a voice recorder is clutch in being a content creator, especially for those of us that film in the outdoors. Now, again, you've seen that ambient noise, which we call background noise, however you may want to call it, can be a factor. Turning your head away from the camera, that can be a factor. Your guest not being close enough to the microphone during an interview can ruin the whole interview. So guys, I encourage you, for a few dollars more a month, get yourself a voice recorder, get yourself a good stereo voice recorder, stereo microphone, sync it in your post-production, and look at the world of difference that your videos and your content will make. I really hope that this helped you out. If it did, drop us a comment. If you have any questions on what we went over today, drop it down below, or always feel free to write to me at infantryoutdoors@yahoo.com. I get back to each and every comment, and I reply back to each and every email personally. So please reach out to me if you guys need some help. And by all means, remember to follow us on all other platforms of social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as becoming a Patreon, getting those Patreon exclusives that only our Patreons get for a few dollars a month. And if you like the program, you like to send us a donation, you can donate to Infantry Outdoors at PayPal. Just go to paypal.me/Infantry Outdoors, leave us a donation, and any donations we receive will go straight back into making the program, and you'll get recognized in one of our upcoming programs. Guys, that's all I've got for you today. I really do hope this helped out, especially for those that have been requesting it. I'm DJ Infantry. Thanks for watching Tips, Tricks, and Techniques here on Infantry Outdoors. And as always, I hope that this and all of my adventures inspires you to get outdoors. We'll see you next time, and thank you for watching.